Welcome back to Living in Wichita, Kansas. So today we're diving into a topic that impacts millions of homeowners, buyers, and investors. So this is how the presidential election affects the real estate market. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am Karen Wright. I'm a local Wichita real estate agent here in Kansas, and I wanted to further explore this topic for you. People seem to think it affects housing. I've even had one buyer recently say they were holding off until the election passes because so much chaos. As we know, about every 4 years, the U.S. presidential election brings a wave of uncertainty and some anticipation. But how does this political event influence real estate? So let's break this down. First, let's talk interest rates. The Federal Reserve, which sets monetary policy, often adjusts the interest rates based on the economic conditions. So a new administration's policies can influence these decisions, affecting the mortgage rates and consequently housing affordability. So next, let's talk about the tax policy. So different administrations propose varying plans which can impact the property taxes, the capital gains taxes, and the deductions for mortgage interests. So these changes can either incentivize or deter real estate investments. Then there's the housing policies, number 3. Candidates often have different approaches to affordable housing, the zoning laws, and urban development, and these policies can shape the availability and cost of housing in the different regions around the U.S. And then we've got consumer confidence. Elections can definitely create uncertainty, leading to this hesitation among buyers and sellers. People might delay these big decisions until they see what the election results are and understanding the new administration's plans. And then lastly, let's consider regulatory changes. So new administrations may introduce regulations that affect real estate development, the environmental standards, as well as lending practices. So these regulations can either streamline or complicate real estate transactions. And at the end of the day, the presidential election can have somewhat of a significant impact on the real estate market. It's whether it's through the interest rates, through the tax policies, the consumer confidence, and the regulatory changes. So, from my experience, to be honest, I don't see anything super. I do understand it changes it, but I haven't seen. I know some charts I've seen in the past definitely show a higher home prices after the election, but at least in my opinion, I haven't seen it a lot. Maybe brokers that see hundreds of, transactions would say differently. So also I wanted to, number 2, wanted to look at the landscape of the market in 2024 since the election is 2 weeks away, and I'm talking from like a U.S.-wide, not just a Wichita, Kansas. So this is according to the National Association of Realtors that home sales have been steady, around 4 million per year for the last year or two. And we have more homes to choose from, some lower interest rates. Buyers are waiting to see what happens with the upcoming election, like we just talked about, before they make their big purchase. In September, let's talk about that. Home sales have dropped and they're back down 3.5% from last year. The median home price is about $404,000, and it's lower than August, but higher than last year. First-time home buyers are less active, only 6% of sales in September, which is one of the lowest rates ever recorded. And this is just due to the expense of a home. They've increased so much over the last, appreciation for the last 3 years. Interestingly, all cash sales made up 30% of home sales in September. It's been hovering around that 28, 30, 32 for the last couple of years, but this includes many investors, second-time home buyers. Homeowners are seeing high profits still, looks like, with an average profit margin of 55% or about $130,000 in typical home sales. So still quite incredible. I know Wichita, we've been increasing steadily where the bigger markets haven't. More homes are coming onto the market. NAR says housing inventory has increased 1.5% from August and a whopping 23% up from last year. So a little bit from August, but from last year, 23%. That's great. Listings, we need more. When the buyers get back into it. Construction's up. Single-family housing starts is what they call them, is nearly 3% in September, so that's great. We just need to keep the houses coming back to the market because we were so off balance from a 10-year gap of builders really building. Homes for sales, great news for buyers, giving them more options. However, the number of distressed properties is low, making up only 2% of all sales in September. So the flippers and those trying to get a great deal, yeah, that's not going to be for a while. Lenders have definitely pulled back since the '08 crisis. So anyway, that's kind of what I wanted to chat about today. Let's call it a wrap. Until next video, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more real estate information. And until then, happy house hunting.